I could do the whole. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. Alright. Alright, so we're kicking off Big 10 90s with Reservoir Dogs. This is the first watch for me. I like this DVD because you get a choice. You get the turn around. You get the widescreen, which is the version I watched, and you get full screen for those who want to watch it in full screen. This was Tarantino's directorial debut back in 1992, and this was, man, this was good. The dialogue itself, it's what Tarantino is best at, is the dialogue. The dialogue in this film, it's Tarantino dialogue. You get to talking about like Madonna songs or whatever it is, Like a Virgin. They have a conversation about Like a Virgin, and then go bullshitting back and forth, and even you get the flashback for you get Tim Roth's character, Mr. Orange, right? Or Frankie. Or Frankie? No. So, tell me that's not right. Whatever. Mr. Orange. You get Tim Roth's Mr. Orange in the flashback and it cuts from scene to scene, and he's practicing his little dialogue he has to come up with, for his drug story, and it starts with him just, having to pick up thing and read it again, and then it transitions to him telling the story to the guy they gave, superior officer or whatever. He's talking to him, and then like it transitioned to him then just talking to the, to Mr. White and Joe and Eddie in the bar there, and just telling him that, and even get like a flashback that is never actually happened, where he went to the bathroom, there's a bunch of cops there, and he's got a bag of weed that looks like a carry-on bag. That's all done really well. And the performances in this film. Let me tell you the actors that are in this film, alright? We have Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Chris Penn, Steve Buscemi, Lawrence Tierney, Michael Madsen. Quentin Tarantino has a small role in this, playing Mr. Brown. His character dies. But, yeah. And these performances are fantastic. Tim Roth has to be, like, at death's door for almost the entire film, except for the flashbacks. Like this, and it's told non-linear, because it starts off there at the diner or whatever, talking about stuff, and then it cuts. And all of a sudden, it's Mr. White and Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange has been shot, and they're trying to make way back to the warehouse, right? And then we cut back in flashbacks for three main characters: Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, which is Vic Madsen's character, and Mr. Orange, which is Tim Roth's character. So Mr. Pink, played by Steve Buscemi, he believes that they were set up. It's revealed later that Mr. Orange was the cop. And, yeah, and you have Mr. Blonde, who is Vic Vega, we find out. And we find out later that there's a connection between him and Vincent Vega. They're brothers, and Tarantino actually wanted to do a prequel film about both of them, but the actors got too old, and it never happened. So, and both of them die in their movies, so can't really do a sequel with that. But yeah, because Vic, or Mr. Blonde, I should say, was going to kill this cop that he had. Apparently, he was the loose cannon in all this, and he won't take the rap for none of it. He's the one that starts shooting stuff up. I don't like alarms. Alright? I don't like alarms. I told them not to fucking touch the alarm. They touched the alarm. I don't like alarms. That's what happens when the alarm go off. Some stuff like that. I'm paraphrasing, but like, it's, yeah. Also, I don't think he has a New York accent, but I'm trying to be him. But yeah. And, so yeah, and when they reveal, like, because, Mr. Blonde is about to, like, you know, you get the scene with the, like I did, stuck in the middle with you. He turned, by the way, that scene, there's some things about that scene, or the one thing about this scene that doesn't make any sense. So, he turns, it's on the radio, is where the music is coming from, right? It turns on the radio. By the way, you have this new radio broadcaster, this radio DJ, voiced by Stephen Wright, popping up throughout the film. Stephen Wright is never the right choice for a radio DJ. You need radio DJ. All right, we got the best tunes in town. Y105, 7 to 10, coming at you for 35 minutes commercial free. Not, okay, we got the next song here by Steelers Wheel coming at you. Stephen Wright is not the voice for radio, okay? I'm just saying, right now, I don't know if that was a conscious decision, like, hey, he has the most boring voice, so monotone, put him on the radio. I don't know. It just doesn't work. But also, so he turns on the radio, you get Stephen Wright introducing the song. Steelers Wheel plays, Stuck in the Middle of You. And this whole thing, he does this dance, and he's, using a straight razor on the guy's face, cuts up the guy's fucking ear, and then he goes out to his car, grabs a thing of gasoline, right? Starts pouring it on him. The song ends, and then nothing plays after it. Like, he doesn't turn off the radio, the song just ends. Where's the DJ? It's a radio. There's a DJ, there's no ads, there's nothing. That doesn't make any sense. Logic, I'm thinking of logic in these movies. Tarantino makes realistic type movies, for the most part. That's not realistic to me, because you see him turn on the radio, you hear the Stephen Wright as the DJ, he introduces the song plays, and it just ends, and there's nothing. They never turn off the radio. That radio is technically still on by the end of the film. Because what happens is Eddie shows up and takes Mr. Pink and Mr. White with him to get the diamonds, right? Leaves Mr. Blonde behind with Mr. Orange and the cop. He's about to kill the cop by setting him on fire, but Mr. Orange pops up, shoots him, reveals himself as the cop. And I was like, when he shot him, oh, he was fake shot. No, he was actually shot. Find out in flashbacks, they knew he was going to be there. Why were they shooting real bullets at their own officer? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't shoot their own officer, first of all. Yet they shot their own undercover cop. And you can't tell me they didn't know that, because there are two cops that followed them. They show in the flashback. Yeah, they knew. They knew. It just doesn't make any sense why he would get shot. But, yeah, he does. And he's dying throughout most of the film. And Tim Roth does a fantastic job at portraying that. Like, even though he shot Mr. Blonde, he's dying, and he's... And even the cop that was tied up, who said he didn't know anything, he knew. So I don't know why he got shot. I don't know. But I guess maybe they shot him and they thought it was a good enough wound. Maybe, okay, it's just a little wound. Throw him off. We shoot him. But they got him too good, and so he's dying. By the way, something I noticed, that's Tim Roth, right? But in this picture, he looks like Channing Tatum. I'm sorry, he does. Look at that. But, yeah. And then when Mr. Pink, Mr. White, and Eddie come back, they're like, what happened? He tries to tell them that Vic was going to, Mr. Blonde was going to kill everyone. But then Eddie, uses common sense. It's like, no, wait a minute. This guy just spent 4 years in prison covering for us. So why would he then turn on us? Doesn't make any sense. And then Joe shows up, who's Eddie's father. He's the guy who set this up. And he's like, oh no, I know he's the cop. He's the one. He's the only one I wasn't 100% sure on. So he's got to be the one. And even Mr. White's like, that's what you got to go on? Is you 100% on? That's it? And Mr. Pink's the only one that gets away. They have a Mexican standoff, which is, they all have guns on each other. And they fire the guns. And basically, Joe and Eddie end up shooting each other. And that leaves Mr. White and Mr. Orange, Freddy. Not Frankie, Freddy. Frankie, my boy. Ho, ho, ho. That's Boy Meets World. But anyway, Freddy. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Orange, Freddy. Leads, I keep looking down at the picture. Getting help because they're on the back too. But yeah. They both kind of just laying there dying. The cops show up, and before the cops arrest Mr. White, I'm assuming he shoots Mr. Orange in the head because Mr. Orange confesses to him that he was a cop. After Mr. White or Larry just defended him, said he's just a kid, he's a good kid, he's not like that. So he had that coming. And does Mr. White get shot? Who knows? There's a lot of flashbacks. There's also some connection. They mention a guy named Marcellus. Different last name, though. But they mention Marcellus. They also mention Scagnetti, who was a character in The Natural Born Killers, I believe. Although here, he's a parole officer. I thought he was like a prison warden in the other one or something. I haven't seen Natural Born Killers in forever. But I think eventually, because I have other things I want to collect first. Vistron. But eventually I want to get more. I got Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, both Kill Bills, Natural Born Killers, which he wrote. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I have. So I'm not a big. Well, I'm getting there because I really enjoy Tarantino's films, like this one. The acting is spot on. The performances are great. Dialogue, of course, is fantastic. It's Tarantino. Although one little tweak is I think they say the N word just a too much in this. But, that's me. Other people might not be offended by it. I'm not offended per se, but I just don't like that word being thrown around a lot. But, I didn't write the movie, so what do I know? But I'm going to go ahead and say Reservoir Dogs is pretty good. So what are your thoughts on Reservoir Dogs? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's pick out the next one, which is going to be a Blu-ray. Yes, sorry, do-da. Of course, it's Eraser from Arnold. I somehow knew I was going to end up picking this one. So I will be doing Eraser, not Collateral Damage. Not itching to watch that anytime soon. That's the next one, is Eraser. So look forward to that. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.